Hey bud, you don't mind I smoke in your office? I just did a 20-minute video and they shut me down again. It's really pissed me off because it was a really good video. And I'm going to come back with some hokey pokey stuff right now. Who am I? Well, I'm just another guy, you know. Just a guy with a lot of revelations. One of the happiest guys in the world. Obviously, things can change in 2 seconds, but unless it has to do with my family, how can I be unhappy? I can't be unhappy. I've had revelations over the year that have taught me things I would have never thought about. Never Obama or whatever. Not me. But I started getting these revelations, and then all of a sudden I'm starting to calculate, and then I was put in, and when I came out, they made me nuts. So I said, shit, there's got to be something wrong. I'm having too many of these revelations, and I'm being blocked. I couldn't let it in. They made me scared of whatever it was. But now I know to take advantage of it and how it works. It's nothing that moves in front of you unless you create something that moves in front of you. But the mind must be very weak and very strong, and it is in that certain situations, because once you can get inside your mind, my friend, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but I've seen behind my eyeballs what the inside looks like. It's like pearls and rubies and colors. It's crazy design inside there, but they say behind your eyes you're not supposed to see any colors. So anyways, Obama, oh Canada, oh say can you see, oh Israel, oh Moses, oh my God. Who? Obama! Bam, bam, bam! Obama. Don't you know about the underworld? Okay, the question is does Obama is Obama's either, first of all, A, the underworld says no, or it could be man, okay, who's saying this to the world and to him, you can't do that. Who's running who? Is it because God didn't come here for nothing. He gave this world to his son. And this is either a schoolhouse, okay, or we're actually here. We're here in soul. But soul means of the earth. That doesn't mean too much for anything else. So what are the pronunciations of the parts of our bodies? And you see, you think our brain is down in our butt, you know. It ain't in our head. Okay? This is our mind. That's the brain. This is the mind. I have to mind my own business and think for myself, right? You put your hand in your head, you mind your own business, you think for yourself. But while you're doing that, it goes to your lower brain, all the information, because how else does your body parts work? I don't think it's all works together, you know, because if it did, when your toe hurt, it doesn't really hurt your head, does it? No. Anyways, Obama. Who? Obama? George who? Who's Bush? Oh, I cut that Bush out a long time ago. Yeah. What? Junior? Senior? What Bush? Whose jungle? The American jungle. Now the question is, who's running who? You see, are they laughing at us right now saying, they don't know, so even though they do know, what's the matter? They don't really know. So, but even if we did know, we won't have a chance, because if you're playing a game of war, somebody's got to be first, and it's got to happen at some time. So when it happens, you'll say, oh my God, I should have thought of it. I should have prepared. Just war is concentration. The action of war actually goes on long before the call of fire. It's all preparation, plantation, communication, going through Syria. Oh my God, stop those guys, man. Do you know what Syria is all about? It's serious business. It's the throat of the Middle East, of the dog. You see, I put animal designs all over the maps, colors and animal designs. And guess what? All I had to do is change to the next page, because the internet has given us the opportunity to see the same page from different sites, giving different colors or different sort of design on it, that I can mix these colors up and find out, okay, in numerology or in a sociology, okay, I'm going to try and take, because of horse racing, because of the cards, because of roulette, red and black. Where do you see it? What is the odd color out that creates the sun? Add yellow to red, creating the sun. 2 would say, you see, because I keep calling beta world, and I should be calling it the Jesus world, because the entrance of the power of Jesus, it comes in through all three sections of your telephone, the 1, the 3, and the 6. It powers up each part of the world. And if you look at the roulette board, okay, the roulette board, there's follow the black and the red numbers. Connect the black and the red, but connect them like you're going to make in squares, not the size of the board. Put the board down to a regular size and connect them that way. They distort things for certain reasons because the numbers actually should have been this way. Okay, instead of the way they are, they should be the other way. But there's the bottom world and there's the top world. This world moves around, okay, by function of a functionary down in Asia, underneath the Baltic Sea. All the communications out of Mexico and from the Baltic Sea running around towards where the end plate or the reconnection is the Mediterranean. And Syria, oh my God, you know what, I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm going one way or the other, okay? And because Rocky, okay, because everything comes great from Philadelphia, and I've seen worse, believe you me, okay? Because of this one guy, I'm making this rash judgment. Because of this one guy, that's why he was in my life. So as bad as I didn't like him, I have to love him now, right? Only because he's going to help my decision correct the world. Russia, yeah, keep it up there, baby. Don't let anybody in, and if you have to go first, tell Lebanon, tell the Israelis, tell the Egyptians, it's my home, the Middle East. Go home. Go home. We don't want to see you here. And if somebody is making bombs, Israel will get together with the rest of the Middle East to make sure nobody's building bombs. Everybody else, go home. My God. You shouldn't even be there. You should, guys, Russians should be on the street now. You cosmonauts, you crazy guys. My thumbs are up to you, all right there, the Russian. I'm from Canada. We had Ken Dryden in the nets, number 29. Don't forget that. Vladislav Tretsiak. Wow, what a Humanian. What a good guy. I don't know one bad Russian. Okay, the only bad Russians I see is on American TV. Otherwise, I don't see no bad Russian. And German people, oh my God, to have to live with the 1943 thing on their back, it's disgusting. And the whole thing was disgusting anyways. The whole world was disgusting. And it's getting to be that way again, but you don't notice because it's a daily thing. It's a routine. Sometimes they may not even have to implicate it the way it is. You ever see this R? R is the only letter in the alphabet that starts with an A. A-R. C-A-R is a car, because I'm creation of A-R, angel resident. Me, which is not a me, okay? It's a line and a V and a line. It says 1, 5, 1, Roman numerals. 4, 5, 6, 15, which is an egg. An egg and an I together make an oi. An oi, or an O-I-N-K, is an oink of a pig, which means actually birth in numerology. O is the egg, the 15th letter, which equals 6. I is the 9th letter for birth. I hope I didn't go back. Okay. N, okay, is the 14th letter. 1 and 5 is the passage. And the K is the 11th letter. 1 and 1 is 2, which means beta, which means a child in this world of birth. Do you want me to repeat what I just said? Oink, a pig. Oink, oink. 2 holes in his nose. Okay? 2 holes in his nose. Okay, I told you the dice is up. Everybody sees it this way. God confused us because the dice goes this way. 45 degrees, the same way it rains off the top of here. You get the rain down there and the rain down there. Because the rain is directed on us an angle. If it's been foggy or misty outside, it's not because of the clouds. It's because of the moon. The moon is sending out information and it perspires. It's got a big... it's got an air tank on it and all kinds of stuff. And listen to me, I'm just telling you, man, I've done so much in the last year and a half. When I started this book and my thoughts 7 years ago, I know I'm jumping around all over the place, oh yeah, let me finish with oink. Okay, so O-I-N-K, O is an egg, okay? It means from the O to the 9, that's your life. O to the 9 is 10, total of 10. So when we check the alphabet, the 10th letter is a J. J, Junior, Angel. K, okay, which is a king angel, which means you've connected to 3 different parts of transition in this world. 3 different parts of transition in this world. And we're connected, whoop, at the butt. Did I already do that on this cassette? Did I tell you we're connected at the butt? Yeah, we got the butt end of the stick, right? And all these jokes, you know what's funny? If you say in French, "tu me piques," it means you're a spade. But it also means in French that you're itchy, c'est pique. And a jack, okay, also is a representation of a pick. Okay, the only thing that picks, okay, is the ace, because it has a point on it. So it picks. So when you say, they say in French, "aus de pique," okay, they have the ace of spades instead of an ass, like an asshole. That's bothering you. And same situation, it's a difference. Yeah, there's, I don't know if you can see this little design I made. This is all the numbers on the roulette together. The 5th position over here, 5, 1 and 4, 5, 2 and 3, 5, 3 and 2, 5. All of them are red. All even numbers are black, all odd numbers are red. That's the passage right here, okay? Man 6, 15 is the egg, 24, okay, is the letter X, which is 2 times 4 is 8 to heaven, 2 plus 4 is 6 to man, and 33, which is the command of Christ, which designs this tic-tac-toe board into 2-letter E's going 2 different ways, and this way and up. Excuse me, 1 down, 1 this way, 1 this way, 1 in, and 1 out, in this whole row. This whole board here totals to 888 in 4 directions, but in all the directions it totals 1776. The cards, if you add up all the cards together, it equals 91. 91 is the name of spirit. Okay, 91 placements or displacements on the piano as to the black, white, and pedals. The word love, 54. The word sun, 54. Tennis, love. It's 108, and 108 means 10-8 in CB code, so you got to go look that one up. So if they want to, anyways, to get back to things that go on, if you hear somebody did something internationally, that might be a code. Instead of me calling you and saying, listen, okay, what are we going to do tomorrow? Instead of saying, what are we going to do, I give you a list of codes when you leave. You go to the other side of the world, 3,000-4,000 miles away, and you'll get a code. Listen to the radio. Between these times and these times, you'll get a code. And on the radio, boom, somebody killed some seals. So, guy looks in his book, he listened to the radio, he heard internationally somebody killed seals that they shouldn't have. He says, okay, killing seals means to stay on the lookout. The coast of Maine is on the lookout. The Coast Guards of Maine are now on the lookout. Anyways, I'm going to let it go at that. I can't forget about my Russian friends. Did you see that, Rocky? Did I repeat this already? Did you see that, Rocky? The way Rocky defeated the Russian, and how the Russians were this and Russian, and always James Bond, 007, Russian, and no, come on. They're cosmonauts. They are and they're not. They're like Kramer. Come on, man. Hey, you know what? You cannot let anybody come in. I don't know if I already did this, but I'm going to do this again. Nobody, okay? The Middle East is the Middle East, okay? And whoever's not supposed to be there should go home, because it's not your home. And we don't care if somebody's building something. And go away. And if they don't want to go away, well, you know what they're going to cause? Trouble. You know they're going to cause trouble. Tell them to go away. Go tell all the soldiers they're not getting paid for the next 5 years, and they should stay. Let's see what happens, eh? Tell all the soldiers no one's getting paid for the next 5 years. See how many stay there. Or let them see one of our videos. I love them guys, man. They are tough, because I lived a little bit of a life like that. And oh my God, are they tough cookies. Guys, And even those colonels, the way they brushed them up to be so strong and witless. Is that witless? No. But don't forget, they also answer to somebody higher up. And when it gets to the end of the higher ups, nobody really knows, because the room is filled with about 50 people, or 100 people, or 200 people. And while the 200 people are there, the top 5 they get and they sit at a meeting. They can't just bring 5 guys in. Everybody will know right away. Although just we think we know anyway. What's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm so happy. Vas-y Québec, les meilleures places à vivre c'est le Québec. J'espère que tu perds pas votre temps avec le Hydro-Québec. What I'm trying to say is that Quebec, watch out, man. Don't let any hockey team come in here. We want no changes in the next 5 years, Quebec. Make no changes, Quebec. Don't let anybody in here. No hockey teams. Because you start bringing in hockey teams, people start crossing the border, and now people are crossing the borders more, and they're dreaming up a plan. Hydro, water, and electricity is needed desperately for this game that we are in right now. The game of is your ranch or my ranch. Okay? Oink. O-I-N-K. The world of oink. Did I do that one already? O-I-N-K? 15th letter, 9th letter, N is 5th letter, N is the 14th letter, 1 and 4 is 5, and the K is the 11th letter, 1 and 1 is 2. We get oink. And that's what it means. The egg of the angel is in the house of Beta. Oink. Oh yeah, and the 2 noses of the pig. Oh, did you ever see it rain? Rain's on the 45-degree angle because of this. This is 45 degrees. If you see that it's misty outside, find the moon and follow the clouds that follow the moon. Okay? Because it's the moon that's doing this. That's why the coyotes howl at the moon. There's electricity. It's coming down in the water. So if they're telling you about something that's in the air, it's caused, I think, by the moon. It's not caused by as much as what they ever say, because this place was supposed to be spick and span. Don't forget, God. Oh yeah, son, here's a world and go screw around. Well, he did. Because one of the ways this world is developed is there's no one here at all. You know, there's no one here. They're all in rooms and schoolhouses, and we go to bed when they go to bed. We wake up when they wake up, and they're playing these little games. And we're humanoids, like in Terminator. You know those trisms and prisms, that electronic man? Well, that's easy. That thing can just shrink or get bigger, or shrink or get bigger, because it's a little package. It all folds together. Whoop. Am I still on? Yeah, so like one of the Rubik's cubes that all folds together, that it's prisms, and one of the things in prisms, right, it's one here and it's one here. They go through each other, okay? And they connect to each other. One is a downward pull, one is an upward pull. And that's what makes for what I'm not 100% sure on this one, but that makes for a part of our gravitational pull on where we are. We're not on Earth. No. We're not Earth. We're not allowed on Earth. People like us. Oh my God. Everybody's doing something wrong every day. We're in a world where you're allowed to do a little bit of wrong every day. We put up with it. That's the world we're in, the correctional center. Have you ever played Monopoly? When it says go to jail, well, that's where you are. 1 roll, 2 rolls. Now, why the 2? Was it 3 rolls to get out? Then you automatically get out. Because the minimum on 3 rolls of the dice to get out of jail automatically is not 1-1, because that's a double and you're out. Okay? So the dice has to be 1-2. Alpha, beta. Beta, alpha, alpha, beta. The 3rd time you're out on a minimum of alpha, beta. And what that means, alpha, beta, it means on the 1st time it's father talking to mother, mother responding, father's hears, and then the last beta is actually the machine, the creation. The machine is now working. The machine is on in this world. So that's why it's pretty weird to go alpha, beta, and all in all, you want to hear something that's really funny? Because alpha, beta in this world A and B is represented also by 1 and 2. And when you design 1 and 2 together, okay, I'm going to try and show you this if I could. You see over here, it's actually an R. It's 1 and 2, it's an R, right? It's an R. That's what it is. It's a 1 and a 2, it's a 3. So the R is the only letter in the alphabet that starts with an A, right? And not only that, 1 and 2 makes 3. 3 times 3 make 9. Times 2 is 18. We're back to R again. So whatever that is, that's the only letter that can be represented as the R letter. Now that I forgot what I was talking about, that's fantastic. Anyways, there's just so many crazy things. Yeah, so under the world, are we listening to the beta system? Are we not? But in all, God didn't create this world for us to... we came here to learn as students. Even if we're in a schoolhouse and we're not there, the minute we die, zing, that guy, because there's a guy lying, I think, in the bed next to him, is another human. For us, when we get there, we get to enter this body into that body. Or do we return to who we actually are? The players of your game. So that means we have to remember all our life. And you want to know what's funny? They got it all on DVD. It's all on DVD. Einstein, E-I-N-S-T-E-I-N. S-T first, S-T last. S-T best, stop. It's S-T is everything that's concrete is in the S-T. And then you go to church. They put that on your tongue. They call it an S-T. What else is there? There's so much. There's just so much. Check out NGC 7286 Nebula Pegasus. Zoom in and out. You're going to see that it shows a whole bunch of bumblebees. Design of the U.S. hockey teams. First teams that came out: Chicago, Detroit. You know, Detroit. Now we're talking about oil. We're talking about rubber. B.F. Goodrich and all these guys. There's a lot of guys are involved in something very big. We shouldn't even be in the market because there is no market. They do what they want, and it's very rare that the public really is going to change the market. Unless they let it happen. It's all up to them. Anyways, take care. They call me Raphael, 7286. My web name is MrTacpans, and I get a lot of my stuff in Revelations. There's a ton of things I probably didn't tell you. The totality of the keyboard, I've never done it. But the center row of the keyboard, you want to have fun? Here. I'll help. If you can relate to it, maybe you'll understand it. Center row. First vowel for God, A, angel. A, S. Why is it an S? Because God's Son, His Spirit's Son. The D, the diamonds, okay? Delta, that means the third corner. It's AC/DC. The F is for man, the G is for God, the H is for heaven, the J is for Jack, the K is for king, the L is the queen. It's the 12th letter in the alphabet, okay? And that's your center row. So it's giving you all the cards that you need to play when you have life. A, S, D, F. Now, I'm not going to do any other count. There's a lot more I can do with that. I'm not seeing it was your Aramaya, you are. I'm not looking for the impression. I'm just telling you the simplicity of understanding the letters on each row. I mean, because on the top row, I mean, this is off the top of my head. It's Q for queen, W is creation, E is the passage, R is the angel resident. The next letter is the T. Now, the T gets changed because when the T moves over, there's a hook underneath that brings the angel resident down and over into the next world, which might be your mind moving into a new room, okay, because you've reached a certain level in the interior world, okay? It's all really weird. But so when that happens, they take the T. Now the Y, okay, has a leg underneath. And the reason it has the leg underneath because it's a V on top. It means life of one and the other. So it goes on both sides. It's one and the other. Why? This one or that one. Why? So it's the 25th letter. 2 is the beta world. 5 is the angle of the beta world. One or the other. It's a passage. What is the passage? Well, it's either going to be angel to the left of me, or it's going to be man to the right. You remember the song? Jokers to the left of me. What's it called to the right? Here I am, stuck in the middle of you. Every single song that's ever gone on in this entire world, okay? It's only been a year I'm on this, right? But when I hear it, it's, oh my God, I've seen it, I understand it, I've been there before. It's so strong. Ever since I got this mental disorder, this has been the best life I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm always trying to watch everything, but so there's so many things. And if you ever look at roulette, right, the 26, okay, 28, 29 are next to each other. 28, 29 are right next to each other. And the 10 and 11 are both black and both next to each other. But after you finish taking all the numbers and putting it into a set of a 9, which means 1 to 9, 10 goes back to 1, okay, the first box gets 2 black and 2 red. 2, 2. 2, 2. 22nd letter in the alphabet. Life. Okay. Every other box, okay, gets 4 red, 4 black. 4 red, 4 black. 4 red, 4 black. 4 red, 4 black. And all the odd numbers are red. And all the even numbers are black. 11 is an even number. 1 and 1 is 2. You have to finite to a single digit. There's many ways to work this out. You can work in Roman numerals. You can take the X value and use it one time as a value of 24, and the other time you can work it as the value of Roman numerals, because Roman numerals, I don't know if you know anything about Fat Cat of Lenin, but Fat Cat of Lenin from day one to me was 11-9. 11-9, okay, which is actually the letter K, the 11th letter, and the 9th letter is the I, saying ki. It means who. So that's what a Lenin says. It says who. And then again, Lenin, okay, is actually saying Roman numeral X1 and Roman numeral 1X, 11-9. But if it's misrepresented, because God hides things, so does everybody else hide everything. They learned it from him, so he's the best hider in the world. Okay? So if you multiply that Lenin number, it becomes 1,100. Well, what's 1,100? Well, it's pretty simple. 74 is Christ. And the number center of roulette adds up to 74. Christ is 740. That's what his base number. Now, if 740 what? 740.7. Yes, the 747. Yes, that's his plane. What do you want me to tell you? He made this world, so it's ever in the game he made, right? You ever watch any of those games? You're in the game. You know, if they pay your whatever and you get inside the game, yeah, I want to be in that game. Well, you get the rights to be in the game. Well, Jesus had the rights to be in the game. That's why his color is mellow yellow. But the only way he took place is by the color mellow yellow, and he's not really allowed to come here because the game has to go on without him. This is a correctional center, an understanding, a learning place where we are. They open up mountains, they go below the earth. They don't even have to dig in the earth. That's been set up a long time ago by the Mayan, before the prison was set down. To set down the prison so we can't get off the earth. No way out. Moonshine, you know. And there's so many things, because Beverly Hillbillies, they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is. So if they moved to Beverly Hills, so what would happen to the government now if the government needed to do what? Would they have to go up to Spokane, Washington and Oregon? Is that where they would head out? Well, why there? Or up there? Because they have to be facing Mount Rushmore, no? Isn't that the way the game sets up? And he just drags them down from that Dakotas and over the top, and oh my God, all crazy. Anyways, my Lenin prediction, okay, is another thing. The 11th letter is K for Lenin, okay, plus the 9 equals 20. That's the letter T. That means transfusion. That's what the word Lenin meant. There was a transfusion that went on far out of the cry of anybody on this planet. I do not think anybody created a Lenin at all. And the drop-off point of a Lenin was Mercury and Venus, because I think we still have a connection with the planet Venus. Because we're a bunch of planets shoved together inside another planet, and they connected all the islands together. Then they threw out the night all the real planets, and God designed everything the same. So instead of the planets being on the planet, he opens them up, he cleans them out, he fills them up with earth, and we live on that planet, in this planet, inside a bigger planet like Jupiter. We might be all inside Jupiter or Saturn. I don't know. Well, yeah, Earth's involved, sure. Maybe there is a piece of Earth. You know what I'm saying? The planet Earth, maybe it is inside Jupiter, and somebody does live on the real Earth. Maybe that would be called the North Pole, right? Only Santa lives on the Earth. Everybody else is floating in the middle of the ocean. The beaches, oh my God. The beaches are created to connect. Because when God filled up the water, he had to fill those beaches up. It's because they weren't the same thing. There was like a little division between the beaches, so they had to fill it with sand. And then they gave the natural lakes, and they created everything. God would, listen, if it took him 7 days, maybe it did only take him 7 days. I don't know. How long are his days? Since his days are 1,000 to 1, it took 7,000 days, right? So that means, because the day of prayer, and there is only 6 days, you know. It's 3 days and Wednesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's crazy because 8 days a week exists, because you have to count Saturday twice because of the Shabbos. Or Wednesday, because